The next thing we're doing is our adorable little Scarecrow. I just love the sewing of his mouth and his little very neon colored hair, super cute. So you're gonna need the bag that has all that, and in it you'll find a paper plate. And again, get out your markers. I did that yellow just like I did the Thankful Pie, and color it yellow, or you could color another color if you want, because we're not actually drawing on it. So you could go any color you want, to be honest. It's up to you. I went yellow, and again, I did it ahead of time for sake of time, because it does take a little bit of time to color all that. Then what you're going to want to do, and for you guys, you might want to get a marker, and on the back for his mouth, I just cut it, but I would recommend drawing it out. So decide how low you want his mouth. So it's probably about, a third of the way up, like this. And you're just going to draw the two lines. Try to make them as even as possible. And then I just cut along the circle that's already there, that inner circle. So it kind of looks like that, which nothing great, but when you cut it, it'll be a little bit straighter, and of course it'll look better. So then cut it. So now you've got your two pieces. Then your hole punch. I only gave a hole punch to my people that did not do October. So if you did October crafts with me, hopefully you still have your hole punch. If not, let me know, because I do have extras in my classroom. So then decide how many holes you want, because the more holes you have, the more lacing you will do. So what I did was I did one side first, and it doesn't matter if you do this one or this one. But just decide, again, like I said, how many you want. So I went at the corner, and I just went all the way around. So I only did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 6 on my other one. Then this one, you're gonna wanna line it up and see, because the string is going to weave through it, you want to make sure that you do it in the same spot. So what I did was I laid it right on top, then I turned it over, and I just, where the holes are, I just put a little dot on the back side. So I'm not writing on the front side at all. Oops, that one fell. So then I have my little dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one seems a little off. No, that won't line up. Make sure they line up. I think I didn't line it up right. Okay, sorry. So again, before you punch any holes, or he'll have a very crooked smile, which he is a scarecrow, so that might not be a horrible, horrible thing. And then punch your holes. And then turn it around. And I did red just because it's a mouth. So I put it through, top or bottom. Again, it doesn't matter, one of the sides. And I just tied a knot in the back. And then you can either like tape it down or glue it, whichever one you have available on the back side, that works. But if you actually do, I do 2 double knot, screw a knot there. And it does see it actually stays back there, so you don't even know it. And then just kind of lace it up. Now I did not put the tape on here, but if you find that it is yarn. So if you find that it's starting to fray and come undone, just get a little piece of Scotch tape. That works really well. But there's just not, I didn't think that there was enough holes and enough sewing that we would need to do that. But if it does, absolutely, that is the kind of the cure-all for yarn when it starts fraying. So once you get to that second loop, that's when you decide how close or how far away you want it. Like, you don't really want it up tight so that you can't see any space, but you also don't want it hanging down like he's wide mouth open, because that'll look a little different. That might be a good one for, yeah, see now my yarn is really getting frayed. I'm going to just keep going because I only did 5 holes, so it should be fine. You can just twist it too. Sometimes that'll be enough to help. So then, once we get them all sewn up, then we're going to start gluing. So you definitely need your white glue for this, because we've got eyes and a nose and hair. Okay, so before you tie this last one off in the knot, make sure that it's kind of lined up how you want it, because once you tie it in the knot, it's like glue. It's going to be stuck there. So then what I did is just tie that last one in a double knot, just like I did the first one, but this time you're going through one of the loops in the back. Okay, cut off the excess, and then we've got our guy so far. So put him down. The first thing I am going to get glued on is his eyes, just because you know googly eyes, they take a while to dry. So we're going to start with those. You all got 2 different colored eyes, just because I wanted to make sure you had a little bit of a choice. I think that's kind of the bummer, one of the bummers, I should say, with this distance crafting we'll call it, is you don't get to choose, where in person you get to choose whatever you want. So I'm going to go with 2 green guys. They're semi-big, so this is the mouth. Make sure this is on the bottom. Just put 2 dots there. Don't put them too high, because we do have the hat that we're going to make. So then just put the eyes on, let it set. And then I'm going to do the hair next, because again, the hair, it's going under the hat, and because it takes a little bit of time. So I'm just going to cut these. I gave you guys all different lengths, so cut to whatever you want. And I'm just going to put at the top, I'm just going to kind of put like this ring. That way I can move it wherever I want. Put it down. That one's kind of long. I think I might actually cut a little bit shorter right here. Oops. Stuck to my fingers. And put as much, of course, as you want, whatever colors and whatever style you want, kind of thing. And so then we just get it on there. That doesn't look that great, but once you put the hat on, it just peeks out, so it looks a whole lot different. So you have a piece of paper. I think you kind of all have different ones. I just did, so I measured it on the hat. So this one is a little bit longer than what I want, so I'm just going to cut off that extra. So that's about right. We don't want to hang it over his head too much. And I'm thinking it's only going to be about half. So let me cut this in half. And again, if you want to dry it, of course, that always looks better. I'm always in a rush kind of thing. So if you get it down and cut to the rectangle, all I did was from the bottom I did a kind of a little scoop in, and then I went up top. And then I turned it over and did a little scoop in. It's a scarecrow, so it doesn't have to be perfect, remember, because scarecrows are supposed to be scary. So then I end up with this. And, you know, this side is a little bigger than this side, but that's okay too. So decide where you're going to put it. And then what I did was I went on the outside of the plate with the glue, because we know it's going to touch there. And then I wasn't really sure in here, so I went over the yarn and I just kind of did one swoopy in there. Again, it's paper. If you let it dry, it will be stuck there forever. So press it down, make sure it's touching something with glue, and then let it dry. Okay, so now mine, you guys can't see real well, but see I have plates sticking out. That's the glory of white glue. It's still movable till it's dry. So we're going to cover that. And I'm doing it upside down, so that makes it a little bit harder for me. But so get it wherever you want. Then I did give you guys each this flower. I will tell you to glue this flower. I did it upside down, and I actually got like a water bottle, a full water bottle, and put it on top. So you can glue this on here. But then I was thinking, when I have these extra leaves, you might just want to do like a leaf on him. That's kind of cute too. I'm going to do the leaf because I do like that, and I didn't have the leaves when I first made it, and so I had those flowers left over from the fairies that we had made. So then it looks like this, and he's all, oh, we're missing a nose. So you should also have an orange piece of felt in there. I do not, because my felt is upstairs in my crafting room. So I have paper though, so I'm going to take that and I'm just going to make a triangle. The best way to make a triangle is always go for the corner and then put some glue on it. And voila, we are done with our scarecrow.